Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, along with Sita ji and Lakshman ji, are staying in Panchavati. And there comes a very beautiful philosophical portion called as Sri Rama Gita. So far in Tulsi Ramayana, in Ramcharitmanas, we have seen Shiva Gita. Remember? Some questions were asked by Parvati ji. After that entire Sati Moha Prasanga and her tapas and then their marriage, and when they were settled in Kailasa, Parvati ji had asked some questions. That entire philosophical portion was regarding the topic of how Nirguna becomes Saguna. So Avatara Rahasya, why Avatara happens and why Sri Rama Avatara particularly happened. So the entire philosophy and then the information about Sri Ramachandra's Leelas also. Then second Gita we saw was Lakshmana Gita, where Nishad Raj asked some questions to Lakshman ji and Lakshman ji gave answers. Okay, which is more to do with Karma Siddhanta, how we have to understand Prarabdha, what is our role in it, and how we should remain level-headed, though there are things that are happening which we think are because of somebody. So without blaming anyone, without blaming even the destiny, how we should behave, what we should do, how we should face our life. That was the topic chosen for Lakshmana Gita. Now here comes a portion called Sri Rama Gita. If you know, in Chinmaya Mission, we consider Sri Rama Gita as a text. It's part of our Vedanta course. Okay, so Rama Gita will be taught as a text. Very small portion is there. Few chopais before 14th Doha and 15th and 16th. Only that much only is the portion. But very beautiful philosophical portion. So here now, Lakshman ji is asking some Vedantic questions to Sri Ramachandra. And Sri Ramachandra is giving the answers. Okay, that's the portion that we are going to see today. Let us see after Doha 13, third Chopai. Please repeat. एक बार प्रभु सुख आसीना,
एक बार प्रभु सुख आसीना,
लक्ष्मण बचन कहे छलहीना,
लक्ष्मण बचन कहे छलहीना,
सुर नर मुनि सचराचर साई,
सुर नर मुनि सचराचर साई,
मैं पूछऊं निज प्रभु की नाई,
मैं पूछऊं निज प्रभु की नाई,
मोहि समुझाई कहु सोई देवा,
मोहि समुझाई कहु सोई देवा,
सब तज करऊं चरण रज सेवा,
सब तज करो चरण रज सेवा,
कहु ज्ञान विराग अरु माया,
कहु ज्ञान विराग अरु माया,
कहु सो भगति करहु जेहि दाया,
कहु सो भगति करहु जेहि दाया,
ईश्वर जीव भेद प्रभु,
ईश्वर जीव भेद प्रभु,
सकल कहु समुझाई,
सकल कहु समुझाई,
जाते होई चरण रति,
जाते होई चरण रति,
शोक मोह भ्रम जाई,
शोक मोह भ्रम जाई,
सियावर
रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
एक बार प्रभु सुख आसीना. Once, एक बार. What happened? Bhagavan was sitting comfortably, resting. Sukha asina. Not in the hurry of doing something. Lakshmana bachana kahe chalahina. At that time, Lakshmanji approached Bhagavan and said very, what do you say, chalahina, untainted words. Not that it has got some kind of, some joke or very, very genuine words, he said. What he said? Sura nara muni sacharachara sai. Bhagavan, you are the Lord, Sai. Sai is the Lord. You are the Lord of Sura nara muni sacharachara. You are Lord of everyone. All the devatas, all the human beings, munis, sacharachara, everything that is there in the world, you are God of all of them. Main poochau nija prabhu ki nai. Even I am asking you, considering you as Bhagavan only. What you should do? Mohi samujhai kahau soi deva. O Bhagavan, kahau, you please give answers. You please tell me this. Samujhai kahau. Don't just tell just tell, but explain and tell. Please explain and tell me whatever I am asking. Sab taji karau charana raja seva. And I am ready to serve your feet by giving up everything. So I am ready to do that. But you please give me explanatory answer for this. Explanatory answer for what? Kahahu jnana. First question. Please tell me what is jnana? What is knowledge? Viraga. Please tell me what is detachment, Vairagya. Aru Maya. Aru means and. And Maya. Third question is, what is Maya? First question is, what is Jnana, knowledge? Second, what is Vairagya? What is detachment? And third one, what is this Maya, this illusory power which is called Maya? What is it? Question number 4, Kahau so bhagati, karahu jehidaya. Please tell me what is devotion, bhakti, which melts your heart. Karahu jehidaya. Please tell me what is that devotion. Then he says, fifth question, Ishwara Jiva Bheda Prabhu Sakala Kaho Samujhai. Fifth question is, please tell me what is the difference between Ishwara and Jiva. And all these 5 things, Sakala Kaho Samujhai. Please explain and tell me. Alright. Jate hoi charanarati soka moha brahmajai. That by which, listening to the answers, I should have rati, love for your feet. Shoka moha brahmajai. And my shoka, moha and brahma should go away. So here shoka means what? Grief. Right? Moha and brahma. So brahma means delusion. Moha has a deeper meaning of ignorance. Because moha and brahma both are used. So please give me answers of these 5 questions with explanation. And what do I want from that? That I should have love for your feet. And my grief, my confusion, delusion and my ignorance should go away. I'll tell you something. This itself is lot of knowledge. What lot of knowledge? We should learn how Lakshman Ji is asking questions. See, first of all, he is approaching when Bhagavan is relaxed. Not that he is going somewhere, wearing his chappal or washing his hand or doing something and then, Swamiji, I have a doubt. Let that person do the job. Eka bara Prabhu Sukha Asina. He is sitting comfortably. Asina also is said. Not even standing or walking. That is the time question is asked. Number 1. Number 2, Bachana kahe chalhina. Not with a hidden agenda that no, I will ask such a question, no, with such a turn that that person will completely baffled by my question. No. Not to shock anybody, with a genuinity of wanting to know. That is second point. Third point, to whom is he asking? And therefore he says, Suranara Muni Charachara Sai. He is asking to a capable person. He is Bhagavan. Then, how is he asking? He says, you are Bhagavan of the world, that is okay. But I am also asking as you are my master. That's what Arjuna also did to Sri Krishna. He said, I am your student. I am asking you to give me knowledge. And no more I am your friend or cousin or nothing. I am your student now. So you see. And then the request is to give the teaching with explanation. That's also a wonderful thing. Mohi samujhai kahau. Now, see, explanation is a very interesting word. It doesn't mean long. Please understand. Explanation not necessarily needs to be longer. Explanation needs to be something that will remove the confusion. It can be short explanation also. So it is not said that you give me long discourse. That is not said. What is said is you explain and teach me. Means what? Teach in such a way that I will understand. That's why explanation is required. That explanation can be short. But please give me that. And what am I going to do in return? Sabataji karau charana raja seva. I am ready to serve. 4th chapter you will see. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. You ask the question and be ready for seva. In Prashnopanishad also we see that students approach the teacher and say we have some questions. The Acharya says very good. Stay in the ashram and serve. Why? Because when you will serve, then you will deserve. When you will serve, you will become eligible for answers. Then you ask the questions, you will get the answers. He says, Sabataji karau charana raja seva. So you see, every single chopai, has got 4 quarters are there. Every quarter has got something to teach us. And then you see what questions he is asking. He is not asking, what is your opinion about the weather today? What opinion? Will it rain today? Good question. We will see by evening whether it rains or not. What is there to discuss so much? That is not our main topic. What questions he is asking? What is knowledge? What is Vairagya, detachment? Isn't it? What is Maya? What is Bhakti? What is the Bheda, Jiva Ishwara Bheda? That is what he is asking. So you see the kind of essential questions that are asked. Now, if you actually see Vedanta as a philosophy, these are the only essential questions. There are different ways of posing these questions also. Sometimes what happens, the student is in problem. And therefore, when that person will ask the questions, it will be from the standpoint of I am caught up in this, how to get rid of his O nama bandha, katamesha agatah, katam pratisthasya, katam vimoksha, kahasa anatma, paramakka atma, tayor vivekah katam. Viveka Chudamani asks different kind. Why? Because he is afflicted he is burning in the samsara. The same questions are asked from a very different point of view. Who am I? From where have I come? Now, this is a desperation that a person wants to know. But one who has settled will want to know these essential things. What is actual jnana? What is Vairagya? What is Maya? What is Bhakti? And what is Ishwara Jiva? Either Samya or Bheda, whatever. What is the essential nature of both of them? That is the kind of question that he is asking. And then, last point is also very beautiful. Jate hoi charanarati soka moha brahmajai. What is the purpose of gaining this knowledge? Why he wants to know the answers of all these? The jnana phala, result of this knowledge is to gain bhakti at the feet of Bhagavan and to get rid of ajnana, moha. Ajnana means ignorance, delusion, grief, to get rid of that. Isn't it? If you see Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has same problems. What are the problems? Shoka, moha. Those were the two. And that moha created Brahma. Therefore, it was called dharma sammoha. That's what he asked. That karpanya dosha. First thing is karpanya dosha. I am not able to think. Prachyamitvam dharma sammuda cheta. And I have got confusion about my duty. Now, because he was in the problem, he did not ask these kind of questions. Otherwise, the questions were leading to these topics only. You give me knowledge by which my shoka, moha, ajnana will be removed. In simple terms. Okay? So, ajnana nivritti and bhakti is what is the result of knowledge. Jnana should do this. That is why he is asking. Now, one more thing we have to understand is, it is not that Lakshman ji doesn't know all these things. See, if you don't know, how will you ask such perfect questions? Unless you have studied, how will you ask such perfect questions? So, he knows. Maybe he is asking to gain deeper significance, or maybe he is asking to get essential knowledge. Because when each of these topics come, whether it is knowledge or detachment or Maya or Bhakti, long discourses can be given. He is asking, what is the essential point? What makes knowledge knowledge? What makes Vairagya? Detachment. What is Maya? Exactly, you tell me. So maybe he is asking for that essential thing. Also, he is asking for explanation because there is a lot of confusion about this. If you see in today's world also, we think jnana means degrees. Isn't it? Education or degree is considered as knowledge today. And therefore, when you are meeting somebody, you will ask, what have you studied? Even people outside their door, they will put all their educational qualification. Why? Because somehow we think that is what indicates knowledge. I have done engineering from UK. UK? Yes, Uttarakhand. You know all these things, right? I have done it from USA. Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. There is there in Mumbai. From there I have done. Why? Because many times we think that degrees somebody has got means knowledge. I am not even joking. when you meet these academicians, etc., they only value degrees. Only after a lot of time staying there, they understand that knowledge is something very different from degrees. Very few academicians will have that kind of maturity. Otherwise, everywhere, if you do not have PhD, oh, you do not have PhD. PhD is also. And the knowledge that they are giving is much more than PhD. I will tell you one. Guruji once asked me, what is your PhD topic? So I told Guruji my PhD topic. That time he was in Mumbai, I was here, COVID times. Then MA also I had same dissertation, so therefore, then Guruji suddenly sent a message saying that I want to have a Zoom call. I was scared. Guruji wanting to have a Zoom call, what is he going? Then he came on the Zoom call and first question he asked, what is this topic? This is your PhD topic? Says, you must be giving lectures. In one lecture you will cover these topics. So then I had to explain the entire concept of how education field works and how this much is sufficient for them to give PhD. I myself was stunned when somebody told me that this is sufficient topic. I was writing that as an introduction. I thought PhD means I have to do some deeper. They are happy with this much. So I said, then I understood how other people must be getting PhDs also. No disrespect is meant, but you understand. Somehow we have connected the two and we think that if somebody has got degree, has got knowledge. Not necessarily. Why go anywhere? We all know how we got our degrees. Today if I ask you, name the subjects that you studied. Forget about what was there inside the subject. Forget. If I ask you, tell me the subject. So suppose let us say you did engineering, you have 4 years, which means 8 semesters. In each semester there will be 5 subjects. So 40 subjects. You just give me names of 40 subjects. Anybody will be able to give? You understand? But we have got degree permanently or not? And any time you tell, even today, when my introduction etc. happens, when they tell that he has done Sandipani's Vedanta course, no, nothing. He has done engineering in electronics and telecommunication and worked in Tata consultancy services. Everybody, oh, that is what they are giving value to. For us, it has no value because what we learnt in Sandipani is way more than what we did in the entire life. But knowledge has no value. Why? Because Sandipani does not give you any degree. So somehow today we have misunderstood knowledge to mean education or degree. Same confusion is there about everything. Vairagya we think is running away from everything. Running away from the home, running away from your duties. That is what is considered as Vairagya. Maya, I don't know what all things are, thought of as Maya. Many people say women are Maya, men are Maya, wealth is Maya, home is Maya, marriage is Maya. And nowadays, Sab Moha Maya hai is a tagline. Anytime you can't explain anything, you say Sab Moha Maya hai. They don't understand what is Moha, what is Maya, nothing. So these terms when we are using, what essentially do they mean? Bhakti. Many people think if a person goes to temple, is a bhakta. Does a puja, is a bhakta. And therefore, if you don't see somebody doing these 2 actions, you will say, what is this? You are not a bhakta. Can bhakti be identified with an action? Because we have studied little bit, we have, heard Narad Bhakti Sutra, therefore we understand now that it cannot be a particular kind of action. It cannot be even particular kind of feeling. Any feeling, any action can be there. Now, this is what is the essential understanding which many people may not have. And about Ishwara and Jiva, to what to say? Confusion, oh confusion. And not today. The confusion has been going on. Nachiketa says that there is a confusion regarding this topic. Does he say this or not? Bhagavan, Yamaraja, please tell. Why? Astitya ke nayam astiti cheke. Some people say it exists, some people say it does not. Etad vidyam anushishtastvayaham varanam ishwarastri. This is my third boon. You please give me this knowledge. So you see, the topics that he is asking are relevant because there is confusion regarding each one. And not that Lakshmanji does not know the answers, but he wants to know the essential point. He wants to know what is the main thing about it. And that is why understanding from where is the question coming, Sri Ramachandraji's answers are also like that. Don't think that they are explanatory. No, explanation is not there. What I mean is long explanation, long discourse is not there. He just mentions and little bit explains so that Lakshmanji understands. Okay. So now 5 questions are asked. 5 questions will be answered. Let us see. After Doha number 14. थोरे ही महक सब कहूँ बुझाई,
थोरे ही मह सब कहु बुझाई,
सुनहु तात मति मन चितलाई,
सुनहु तात मति मन चितलाई।
मैं अरु मोर तोरते माया,
मैं अरु मोर तोरतै माया,
जेहि बस कीन्हे जीवनिकाया,
जेहि बस कीने जीवनिकाया।
गो गोचर जह लगी मन जाई,
गो गोचर जह लगी मन जाई,
सो सब माया जाने हु भाई,
सो सब माया जाने हु भाई।
तेहि कर भेद सुनहु तुम सो,
तेहि कर भेद सुनहु तुम सो,
विद्या अपर अविद्या दो,
विद्या पर विद्या सो,
एक दुष्ट अतिशय दुख रूपा,
एक दुष्ट अतिशय दुख रूपा,
जा बस जीव पराभव कूपा,
जा बस जीव पराभव कूपा।
एक रचई जग गुण बस जाके,
एक रचई जग गुण बस जाके,
प्रभु प्रेरित नहीं निज बलता के,
प्रभु प्रेरित नहीं निज बलता के,
ज्ञान मान जह एकौ नाही,
ज्ञान मान जह एकौ नाही,
देख ब्रह्म समान सब माही,
देख ब्रह्म समान सब माही,
कही अतात सो परम विरागी,
कही अतात सो परम विरागी,
तृण सम सिद्धि तीन गुण त्यागी,
तृण सम सिद्धि तीन गुण त्यागी,
माया ईसन आपु कहूँ,
माया ईसन आपु कहूँ,
जान कहिय सो जीव,
जान कहिय सो जीव,
बंध मोक्ष प्रद सर्व पर,
बंध मोक्ष प्रद सर्व पर,
माया प्रेरक शिव,
माया प्रेरक शिव। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
Sri Ramachandra says, थोरे ही मह सब कहूँ बुझाई. I will explain to you in short. But कहूँ बुझाई, I will explain. Okay. सुनहु तात मति मन चितलाई. Oh, tat is generally very endearing word. It can be used for father, it can be used for son, it can be used for many. So Lakshmana is neither his father nor his son, okay, but like his son. So, sunahu tata, oh dear, please listen. Mati mana chittalai. Make sure that everything is listening. What mati means? Buddhi. Mana means mind. Chitta means the memory. Everything is there. Listen with carefully with all these things. Now, though Lakshmanji asked, what is knowledge, what is Vairagya, what is Maya, what is Bhakti, what is Bheda between Ishwara and Jiva. Sri Ramchandra is going to answer only these 5 questions, but not in this order. First, he takes the third question. What is Maya? Why? Because that is the main problem. So, he first addresses that. What? Main aru mor tor te Maya. I tell you, this is the simplest explanation of Maya. What is Maya? Me and mine, you and yours. This is Maya. That's why that bhajan is there, no? Which I remember we sang. Tera mera, mera tera, mera tera, tera mera, yahi प्रभु की माया, इससे कौन बच पाया. ऋषियों को, ज्ञानियों को, मुनियों को, गुणियों को, सबको इसने नचाया, इससे कौन बच पाया. Who is saved from this Maya? Why? What is Maya? Mera, tera, tera, mera, yours, mine, mine, yours. That is Maya. What do you mean by that? Yours, mine, mine. The attachment and the identification. This is my, this is yours. This is what is Maya. The simplest explanation on the surface level. People understand first thing. How do you go? You can't explain. Maya is Sannapya Sannapya Bhayatmikano, Bhinnapya Bhinnapya Bhayatmikano, Sangapya Nangapya Bhayatmikano, Bhadbhuta Nirvachaniya Rupa. You can't explain to them like this. Viveka Chudamani. In Viveka Chudamani, this verse comes after 100 verses. You have gone deeper, then you can explain. So, simplest way of explanation is what? Maya means this attachment, identification. Me and mine, you and yours. That is what is Maya. Jehi basakin he jivanikaya. That Maya which has tied all the jivas. Everybody is caught up in this. We may say we are sadhakas, etc. So what? My position, where I sit, my asana, my desk, my chair in Annakshetra. Everything. My room in Shivashri. Oh God. Isn't it? Everything. Why? That is how Maya has kept us. In anything it comes, me, mine, you, yours. This is what is Maya. Now you go little more deeper, then what do you understand? Bhagavan says, go char jaha lagi mana jai, so sab Maya jane hu bhai. Oh brother, please understand, wherever mind goes through the senses, whatever it touches, everything is Maya. Means what? This entire world is Maya. Every single Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, all kinds of Vishayas, all kinds of people, being, whatever you can think of, even the ideas, thoughts, everything is Maya. Now you see, this is little deeper. On the surface level, what is Maya? Me and mine, you and yours. This distinction that we have created and the attachment that we have, that is what is Maya. That is what troubles us also. We are not worried about anything of the world unless it comes to us. Isn't it? I always say, if anybody starts to talk about India's education system is going through a problem, we have to understand that their son or the daughter is studying. Otherwise, they don't care. Roads are very bad. Which roads? Shivashri to Chidvilas. That road. Why? That is the only concerning to us. Outside Kerala, what is happening to road? Does it matter to us? Do we say, what is the government doing? We don't care. The only thing that matters to us is our road is not good. Why? Because it is concerning to me. See, we see in the newspaper, etc., so many news. So much is there about everything. Accidents happened, this happened, that happened. We just turn the page and go forward. Unless there is something that is directly connected to us, do we care? We don't care. That is how it is. So that is where the Maya starts in people's mind. Now, you want to understand Maya further, go deeper and then understand that everything that you connect with, whether these are the physical objects, gross objects, or subtle ideas, thoughts, everything is Maya. Why? Because Maya as Karana Sharira is the cause for Sthula and Sukshma Prapancha. Isn't it? And therefore everything is Maya. Now you go still further and analyze. Bhagavan says, Tehi kara bheda sunahu tumaso. Now let me tell you that there are two kinds of Mayas. Vidya apara avidya do. There is one thing called as Vidya Maya and another is called as Avidya Maya. What is Vidya Maya? Vidya Maya. Eka dushta atisaya dukha rupa. One of them, that is Avidya Maya, is very wicked. Atishaya dukha rupa. And it creates lots and lots of sorrow. Jabasa jiva parabhava kupa. That because of which jiva has fallen into the ocean, not ocean, well of samsara, bhava kupa. He says well of samsara, bhava kupa. So that is Avidya Maya, which has made everybody suffer. Ek rachai jaga guna basa jake. And the other Maya, Vidya Maya, is that Maya which creates the entire world of three gunas. Prabhu prerita nahi nija balatake, which does not have anything of her own, but she creates everything as dependent on Prabhu, Ishwara or Brahman. That is called as Vidya Maya. See? So two types of Maya, Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. So when question was asked in Tattva Bodha, remember? Something was asked. Brahmashraya, Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika, Maya Asti, Tata Akasha Sambhutah. That entire explanation is of Vidya Maya. That which is dependent on Brahman, which has got three gunas and therefore creates. What does it create? From sattvic aspect it creates this, from rajasic aspect it creates this, from tamasic aspect it creates this, and for that first it creates the five tattvas. That is called Vidya Maya. Vidya Maya creates Jagat. Avidya Maya creates samsara. Avidya Maya is what is otherwise in other Vedantic texts will be called as, it has got two powers. Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. Your real nature will be hidden and something else will be shown as your true self. Right? That which keeps a jiva bound, that is called as Avidya Maya. But to tackle this Avidya Maya, there is another Vidya Maya also is there. So Bhagavan's world which is created is for our help to come out of this Avidya Maya. These are the two types of Mayas. Okay? So this much is the explanation of third question, what is Maya? Now, he says, Jnana. The first question, what is knowledge? Manajaha ekahu nahi. That is knowledge where there is no trace of ego. Now somebody says, Vedji, what knowledge and ego has to do? He says the real knowledge is that Dekha Brahma Samana Sabamahi, where you start seeing everything as Brahman. You do not have any kind of ego that I am so and so, this is my body or this is me. When you do not have that misconception of I am body, mind, intellect, BMI, but you realize that I am that Om, that Parabrahma, which alone is there everywhere. That knowledge, what we call as Atmajnana, is the true knowledge. Beautiful answer. What is knowledge? Knowledge is that where there is no trace of ego and where everything is seen as that same Brahman. That is knowledge. Brahmadhyana, Atmadhyana is the real ultimate knowledge. That is Jnana. So question that also is answered. Next question was, what is Vairagya? He says, Kahiyatata so parama biragi. Oh dear, I will tell you, that person is a parama vairagi. Absolutely detached. Who? Trina sama siddhi teeni guna tyagi. One who has given up siddhi. Siddhi means accomplishments. Teeni guna, and all the three gunas. Tyagi, one who has given up trina sama, as though it is a blade of grass. That person is called as real Vairagi. Now little bit of explanation is required here. What do you mean by giving up siddhis? See, Bhagavan's words are very deep. Okay? And don't forget, his next avatar only is Krishna avatar, okay, where he is going to give Gita. First, Tyaga is done of Siddhi. Siddhi means accomplishment. Right? So, first thing he says is, a Vairagi, a detached person should first give up what is called as result of action. Karma Yogi. Tyaga is an indication of Karma Yoga. So, what is first thing to be given up? Result of action has to be, which means what? Result is not to be given up, but that insistence on the result of action, the desire to attain that result of action, that is to be given up. Take the accomplishment out of picture, first thing. And second, what? Teeni guna tyagi, all the three gunas are also given up. Means what? He doesn't care whether he remains in tamo guna or rajo guna or sattva guna. It doesn't matter. Now this is to indicate that he has got Vairagya from Vairagya also. See, when we are seekers, we want to make sure that we do not fall for temptations, and therefore what do? We say, no. Don't go there, don't do this, don't see this, don't eat this, don't do this. And then we keep on analyzing how much of tamas, how much of rajas, and how much of sattva is there. Parama Viragi is the one who doesn't care about all these things also. Yogaratova, Bhogaratova, Sangaratova, Sangarivina, he doesn't care. He has got Vairagya from Vairagya. Means he does not even insist on having that Vairagya. He doesn't care. Today I am tamasic. Okay. Let mind remain in tamas. So what? Now if we look at this, we immediately say, Vedji, I think I have become Parama Vairagya only. Why? I also don't care. When I am tamasic, I sleep. When I am rajasic, I enjoy. Go out and enjoy. And sometimes when I am sattvic, I come for class. So I have also become Parama Vairagya. Hey. It is not that one who does like this, that is not the way that is explained. It says Parama Vairagya is the one who will have this naturally. He naturally remains detached and therefore doesn't care about being detached. You understand the difference? See, when you are learning something, okay, you have to be very careful about what you are doing. Like for example, music, suppose you are learning. Then when they teach music also, that structure of raga will be there. That this raga will have these many swaras in aroha, these many swaras in avaroha, and therefore you have to stick to that. And therefore you put your entire effort that it should not go here and there. And the teacher also, if one swara also here and there, no. Say it again, say it again, say it again. Even when they teach you a tune for the first time, you have to stick to every single swara of the tune. You can't take variations. Why? First. But once you become good in that, then whatever variations you do are actually adding beauty to it. Even apaswara, you take some other swara and touch, that also adds beauty to that composition. Yeah. A person who has followed all the rules and remained detached for a long time can then say that I don't care about detachment. One who has won, many things can say I don't care about win. Not a person who has never fought or never won. He cannot say that I don't care. He does care very much. Isn't it? So this explanation is from that angle that he has gone to such a high level. Parama Vairagya. That's why he says, Sri Ramachandra says that this is the height of Vairagya. What is the height of Vairagya? That you don't even insist on Vairagya. You have got Vairagya from Vairagya. That is the height of Vairagya. Trinasama Tyagi. Like a blade of grass. Do you care? Given up. What? Siddhi is also given up. Three gunas are also given up. Everything is given up like that. That is called as best Tyaga, or that is called as best Vairagya. Then he says, fifth question was, what is the difference between Ishwara and Jiva? Maya isana apu kahu, jana kahiya so Jiva. Who is Jiva? Jiva is the one who says that I don't know what is Maya, I don't know what is Ishwara, na apu, and I don't know who am I. Maya isa na apu kahu jana. He says I don't know any of these. So Jiva. Okay, who is Ishwara? Bandha moksha prada sarva para. Prada, one who gives bandha and moksha, means one who is master of bandha and moksha. Sarva para, and highest, higher than all. Maya preraka, one who prompts Maya. Shiva, that is Ishwara. So Jiva is the one who thinks that he is bound, and therefore he is Alpadnya, Alpashaktiman, Alpavyapi. That's what Jiva thinks of himself. Whereas who is Ishwara? Ishwara is the one who knows he is Sarvadnya, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi. Why? Because he knows that he is that Parabrahma, Paramatma. You understand? That is the difference between Jiva and Ishwara. Again, hinting is what? That essentially there is no difference. Both are Parabrahma only, but one has not understood it, and therefore he thinks that he is different from that. Whereas the other one has understood and therefore knows that it is not different. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vraksham parishasvajate. In Mundaka Upanishad, it is said that there are two birds sitting on the same tree. Samanam vraksham. Tayorekam pippalam swadvatti. One among them is eating the fruit. What is the other? Abhichakashiti. The other one is just looking. Somebody will say, what is this? That one who is eating the fruit of his own karma phala is that Jiva. Why? Why is he eating fruit? Because he considers himself to be Bhokta. Why he considers himself to be Bhokta? Because he thinks that he is the Karta. Why he thinks that he is the Karta? Because he thinks that he is the body, mind, intellect. And why the other one is just watching? Because he knows I am neither the Karta nor the Bhokta. Tasya kartaram apiman vidhi akartaram avyam. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in 4th chapter, even though I have done all these things, but I have not done anything. Today only. See? In Tattvabodha also you studied that Jiva Ishwaram Bhinnatvena Janati. Jiva thinks that Ishwara is different from him. Essentially there is no difference. And see how beautifully he says, Maya isana apu kahu jana kahiya so Jiva. It is not that actually he doesn't know Maya, Ishwara or himself. He thinks that he doesn't know. He says that he doesn't know. Which means what? Bandhana is also actually not there. We think that we are bound. We think that we are Alpadnya, Alpashaktiman and Alpavyapi. That is Jiva. Whereas Ishwara is who? Ishwara is the one who knows he is Sarvadnya, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi. Guruji says very beautifully. He says Jiva has many desires but has no capacity to fulfill any of desires. Whereas Ishwara has capacity to fulfill all desires, but has no desires. So that is the difference between Jiva and Ishwara. He says Jiva creates problems and sorrows, but doesn't know how to get out of it. Ishwara knows how to get out of this, but does not have any sorrow. That is what it is. God gives and forgives. We get and forget. That is the difference between Ishwara and Jiva. Ishwara gives and forgives. Jiva gets and forgets. We get everything from God and then forget from where we have got it. And we start to think this is because of me. That is what is the difference. See what a beautiful explanation. Okay. So 4 out of 5 questions have been answered. Correct? First question he answered was, what is Maya? Second, what is Jnana, knowledge? Third, what is Vairagya? Height, Parama Vairagya. And fourth, what is the difference between Ishwara and Jiva? Now, he explains the next portion. Let us read, we will see how much we can complete. धर्मते बिरति जोगते ज्ञाना
धर्मते बिरति जोगते ज्ञाना
ज्ञान मोक्ष प्रद भेद बखाना
ज्ञान मोक्ष प्रद भेद बखाना
जाते बेगी द्रवऊ मैं भाई
जाते बेगी द्रवऊ मैं भाई
सो मम भगति भगत सुखदाई
सो मम भगति भगत सुखदाई
सो सुतंत्र अवलंबन आना
सो सुतंत्र अवलंबन आना
तेहि आधीन ज्ञान विज्ञाना
तेहि आधीन ज्ञान विज्ञाना
भगति तात अनुपम सुख मूला
भगति तात अनुपम सुख मूला
मिलई जो संत होई अनुकूला
मिलई जो संत होई अनुकूला
भगति की साधन कहूँ बखानी
भगति की साधन कहु बखानी
सुगम पंथ मोहि पावहि प्राणी
सुगम पंथ मोहि पावहि प्राणी
प्रथम ही विप्रचरण अति प्रीति
प्रथम हि विप्रचरण अति प्रीति
निज निज कर्म निरत श्रुति रीति
निज निज कर्म निरत श्रुति रीति
एहि कर फल पुनि विषय विरागा
एहि कर फल पुनि विषय विरागा
तब मम धर्म उपज अनुरागा
तब मम धर्म उपज अनुरागा
श्रवणादिक नव भक्ति दृढ़ाहि
श्रवणादिक नव भक्ति दृढ़ाई
मम लीलारति अति मन माहि
मम लीलारति अति मन माहि
संत चरण पंकज अति प्रेमा
संत चरण पंकज अति प्रेमा
मन क्रम बचन भजन दृढ़ नेमा
मन क्रम वचन भजन दृढ़ हेमा
गुरु पितु मातु बंधुपति देवा
गुरु पितु मातु बंधुपति देवा
सब मोहि कह जाने दृढ़ सेवा
सब मोहि कह जाने दृढ़ सेवा
मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा
मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा
गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा
गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा
काम आदि मद दंभन जाके
काम आदि मद दंभन जाके
तात निरंतर बसमय ताके
तात निरंतर बसमय ताके
वचन कर्म मन मोरी गति
वचन कर्म मन मोरि गति
भजनु करहि निकाम
भजनु करहि निकाम
तिनके हृदय कमल महू
तिनके हृदय कमल महू
करऊं सदा विश्राम
करऊ सदा विश्राम। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
Before going to the last question that is remaining, Bhagavan does the summary of the 4 questions that he has answered. 4 questions were: what is Maya, what is Jnana, what is Vairagya, what is Ishwara Jiva Bheda. Now he says these 4 questions are connected to each other. What do you mean? So he says Maya is the one that you have to remove, that avidya Maya. So avidya Maya, that ajnana is to be removed. How? So he gives the path. He says dharmate birati. Dharma creates vairagya. What is dharma here now? Dharma is vedo nityam adhiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. That is dharma. What the Vedas are telling as your duty, you understand and then do it. Isn't it? When you do that, automatically Vairagya will arise. Why? Because your focus is not gaining the objects, but focus is on Bhagavan. Next step is what? Tena ishasya vidhiyatam. Then when that happens, then apachitihi kamye matistejyatam, then the desire etc. doesn't matter. So that will create Vairagya. What? Dharma. Then jogate jnana. Now that Vairagya will lead to yoga. Yoga here means jnana yoga. Why? Because one who is having Vairagya, Vairagya indicates all the 4. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shat, Sampatti, Mumukshutva. Such a person should do what? Go to Guru and then do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This is called as Jnana Yoga. That Jnana Yoga will create Jnana. What is that Jnana? That everything is Brahman. Ishwara and Jiva are essentially one. Right? And that Atma Jnana or Brahma Jnana, Moksha Prada, will give Moksha. Veda Bakhana, this is what the Vedas have declared. So you see, in one line, he has given the entire summary. That Dharma means Karma Yoga will create Vairagya. Vairagya will create desire for Shravana Manana Nidhyasana. That then you will go to path of knowledge. Through that path of knowledge, you will get Atma Jnana Paroksha Anubhuti. Through that you get liberated. So the way of getting rid of Maya, avidya Maya, is to first do your duty, offer it unto God. Therefore Vairagya, from there through Jnana Yoga Jnana, and through that Jnana Moksha. Alright, this is the essence. Then he starts to explain the last question. What is Bhakti? That we will see in the next session. Okay, beautiful explanation. Why Vedji Bhakti is taken last? Because this is Bhakti Shastra. What do you expect? He will explain last only. And he will explain elaborately also. Alright, we will see in the next session. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangeeta Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangeeta Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Duta रामदूत मारुति रामदूत मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति।
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
उमापति महादेव की
जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।